He burned his equipment, and yet they still called him a legend. Isao Aoki didn't just break boundaries, he set them on fire. But how did this soft-spoken Japanese pioneer go from an unknown caddy to beating the best in the world without even speaking their language? Picture this. It's 1957 in Shiba, Japan. A 15-year-old boy walks onto a Biko golf club. Not to play, to carry bags. 50 yen per round, that's all he made. But that boy would become Japan's first international golf superstar. Isao Aoki started golf by accident. He got cut from his junior high baseball team. Frustrated, angry, he needed money, so he became a caddy. That frustration? It would fuel everything that came next. By 1964, he turned professional. What happened next was dominance. Pure dominance. Aoki won 51 times on the Japan Tour. He topped the money list 5 times between 1976 and 1981. They called it the AO era. He was second only to Jumbo Ozaki in total wins. But here's what makes Aoki special. He wasn't satisfied. The Japanese Tour was one of the richest in the world. He could have stayed home, made millions, been comfortable. Instead, he chose the harder path. Why? He wanted to be a pioneer, to show what Japan could do on the world stage. This decision changed everything, not just for him, for every Asian golfer who came after. The moment that defined Aoki came in 1980, the U.S. Open at Baltusrol. He went head-to-head with Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear, one of golf's greatest ever. Aoki came up 2 strokes short, runner-up. Most players would be crushed. Not Aoki. He said something incredible. I kept telling myself, no matter how perfect he is, he will make a mistake in 72 holes in 4 days. But I was wrong. Jack did not make any errors until the end of the tournament. That battle with Nicklaus didn't break him. It transformed him. Aoki said it was a very good lesson. He could now see the world differently in golfing terms. He realized he could win in Europe, Australia, America. The near miss launched him to 3rd in the world rankings for 2 straight years. This wasn't failure. This was fuel. But that wasn't his only close call. Aoki finished 4th at the 1981 PGA Championship. He had 3 7th-place finishes at the Open Championship in 1978, 1979, and 1988. Always close, always fighting. The Masters was different. 14 appearances, never a top finish. Aoki knew why. He said Augusta will not let you do things your way. He wanted to lay up on the 13th and 15th holes. The fans wouldn't let him. The course demanded a different style. His style didn't fit. This highlights something deeper. Aoki had developed such a distinct identity as a player that certain courses tested the limits of his individuality. The question wasn't about winning a Masters. It was about whether compromising his ingrained style would have unlocked success at Augusta. And just like Aoki believed in taking his shot overseas, we believe in taking our sports streaming to the next level with Fubo. Get every tournament, every major, every clutch moment in crystal clear quality. Then came the language barrier. Aoki's biggest enemy wasn't other golfers, it was English, or his lack of it. He admitted his inability to speak English gave me a real complex. Not just inconvenience, a complex, deep psychological impact. But Aoki found a solution. He reminded himself why he was there, to play golf. He told himself, even if I couldn't speak the language, playing would help me get heard. His clubs became his voice. His performance became his translator. It worked. Aoki made genuine friends with golf's biggest legends, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, Greg Norman, Tom Watson. He made friends without speaking the language. They knew he was trying his hardest to communicate. That effort mattered. Golf became his universal language. This ability to connect transcended the golf course. Later in his career, Aoki participated in high-profile golf diplomacy events. His talent commanded respect and opened doors. It allowed him to forge connections that went beyond linguistic and cultural divides. Then came redemption. January 1983, the Hawaiian Open. Aoki stepped up to the 72nd hole, a par 5. He was in thick rough, 117 meters from the pin. His caddy said use a 9-iron. Aoki disagreed. He grabbed a wedge and holed it. Eagle, victory, history. He called it his best swing ever. A gift from God. The adrenaline was incredible. Aoki became the first Japanese player to win on the PGA Tour. Not just a personal triumph, a national breakthrough. Aoki knew what this meant. He said it was a catalyst for future generations to dream big and challenge in the U.S. He directly inspired players like Hideki Matsuyama. The victory opened doors, created pathways, showed it was possible. But Aoki's greatest innovation was his putting. Everyone called it unorthodox, weird, different, hands low, toe of the putter in the air. Golf purists hated it. Aoki didn't care. He tried the orthodox way. It wouldn't go in for me. So he created his own method. The results spoke. Chichi Rodriguez called him the king of the jabbers. Nicholas praised his touch, called him what a putter. Golf Channel's Brandel Chambly said he was one of the greatest putters of all time. Chambly called it absolutely brilliant, the work of a true genius. Aoki wasn't born with this skill. He was initially a terrible putter. So he practiced, under a bug zapper at the local golf course, hours and hours, until he could sink 30 balls consistently. He turned his greatest weakness into his signature strength. His putting style was so effective that modern players still study it. Hideki Matsuyama successfully channeled Aoki's technique for what Chambly called his best putting week. The influence continues decades later. Here's something remarkable. Aoki played elite golf for 6 decades. No major health problems? None. While other players battled injuries, Aoki stayed healthy. His secret? He believed true professionals stay in shape and are ready to compete at any time. He said, as long as you avoid injuries, you can have a very long relationship with the game of golf. This philosophy worked. At 82, Aoki still attends board meetings, plays in pro-am events, stays active. His disciplined approach to fitness prevented career-threatening breakdowns. Physical readiness was his foundation. Aoki criticized younger athletes who embrace an off-season. He believed a true professional should always be prepared to compete. This reflects rigorous self-discipline and continuous commitment to physical fitness. His personal practice of staying ready to play at a moment's notice underlines his belief that once you hit the off switch, it's hard to turn it back on. But Aoki sees problems with today's young players. He says they lack the hunger to take on the world. Only Hideki Matsuyama has shown real international presence. Aoki believes achieving world-class status requires mental and physical strength to travel and play in 42 or more tournaments globally in a year. The skills are there. Young Japanese players are on par with American or European players. But success all comes down to their mindset. Aoki advocates for early international wins, build confidence, develop a positive mindset, face experiences head-on. His philosophy is rooted in a fierce aversion to losing and a willingness to push forward and face new experiences head-on, regardless of initial setbacks. This reveals a deeper challenge within Japanese golf as perceived by one of its most impactful pioneers. Today, Aoki serves as director of the Japan Golf Tour Organization, 4 terms starting in 2016. He's promoting golf to elementary school kids, donating equipment, finding shorter ways to play, fighting Japan's aging golf population and declining participation. He openly acknowledges the serious problem of Japan's aging golf population and significant decline in overall participation over the past 2 decades. Despite these challenges, Aoki maintains optimism. He says, I don't know what future lies ahead, but the future of golf is not dark. He even played golf diplomacy. In 2019, Aoki played with President Trump and Prime Minister Abe, a Japanese treasure bridging nations through golf. His influence extends beyond fairways into international relations. Aoki's story isn't about one moment. It's about resilience, innovation, pioneer spirit. He transformed a language barrier into connections, a putting weakness into genius, near misses into motivation, setbacks into comebacks. He embodies what he preaches. Give it your all, regardless of whether you're paid or not. Push forward. Transform frustration into power. His 85 professional wins tell only part of the story. His impact on generations of golfers tells the rest. From carrying bags at 15 to carrying a nation's hopes, Isao Aoki proved that you don't need to shout to be heard. Just hit it pure. If you like this story of grit and greatness, smash that like button and subscribe for more iconic moments in sports.